Welcome to Rob on Holiday. In today's video, we're going to talk about travelling on the high-speed trains in Spain, specifically the AVE.
Spain has the second largest high-speed rail network in the world. There are high-speed rail lines connecting most of the country's major cities, often making travelling by train the quickest and most convenient way to get around. We've been lucky enough to do several multi-centre city breaks across Spain over the last few years, and in each case we have travelled on Spanish high-speed trains. In this video, we'll be sharing all the information you need to know to plan your own train adventure, and we'll review our experience on board Renfe's AVE service. So with that, let's get started. There are four main high-speed rail services currently operating in Spain. They are Renfe AVE, Renfe AVLO, Ouigo and Iryo. Renfe AVLO, Ouigo and Iryo are all low-cost rail providers, but AVE offers by far the most routes across the country. Speaking of routes, there are a lot to choose from. You can access most of Spain's major cities by high-speed rail, with a notable exception being Bilbao in the north. On the screen is a map of Spain's high-speed rail network, showing most of the major stops on the various lines. Some of the most popular train routes include Madrid to Barcelona, Madrid to Seville, Barcelona to Seville, Madrid to Valencia, Madrid to Malaga, and Seville to Cordoba. If you're in the UK, there are two main websites you can use to book your Spanish train tickets: Renfe and Trainline. Trainline offers tickets for all four service providers, giving you more choice. However, if like me, you prefer to book directly with the company you'll be travelling with, you can book tickets for AVE and AVLO services on Renfe's official website. The website is available in English, so there's no need to worry about a language barrier. Let's run through the booking process on Renfe, as if we were booking a ticket to travel from Madrid to Barcelona. On the Renfe homepage, select your departure and arrival stations, travel dates and number of passengers. For high-speed services, you'll want to select Madrid Puerta de Atocha station and Barcelona Sant station. Once you've filled out these details, you'll be able to select which train you want to travel on. As you can see, there are plenty of train options on this route. I'm going to select one of the cheaper options. Next, you need to decide which class of seat you want to travel in. We usually choose the basic rate to save money, but if you want a more luxurious experience, it's worth checking out the different options. Note that you can pay a little extra to select your seat later in the booking process, even if you've chosen the basic rate. Whichever seat you choose, you're allowed to take up to 3 pieces of luggage on board, as long as the total weight between the three doesn't exceed 25 kilograms. Once you've selected your train and seat class, you need to fill in passenger information. Note that you'll want to switch the DNI option to passport and fill in your passport number as your form of ID. Finally, you can add any extras, including seats. You will select your exact seat after payment. Since this is just a dummy booking, we can't show you the seat selection chart on screen. Here's an example of what the seating chart will look like. Once you've customised your trip, it's time to pay. And when you've paid, you'll receive an email with your PDF tickets attached. You can either print these out or click the link in the email to add your tickets to your Apple Wallet. We recommend booking your tickets 2 to 3 months in advance, especially around busy periods such as summer and Christmas.
Now, the first thing to note whenever you arrive at one of the big stations in Spain is check the departure board behind you. Now, it's important that where you're going might not be where the train is listed. For example, today we're travelling from Malaga, Maria Zampano station, and we're going to Cordoba. Well, there are no trains to Cordoba up there because every train goes either to Madrid, Barcelona, Seville. There are a few smaller ones, but those are the main destinations. So we're getting on the train that goes to Madrid, Atocha, and getting off at Cordoba. But you can see all the trains have numbers there, and if you look on your ticket, you'll see the number of your train there. The other thing you have to bear in mind, it's not quite as busy as an airport, but it's a bit like the airport process, because if you're travelling with suitcases, which you probably are if you're travelling around in Spain from one hotel to the other, then you have to take your suitcase through the scanner. Like I say, it's not quite as involved at an airport. You have to put case on along the conveyor belt. So the point is, make sure you get here in plenty of time so you can get your bags through the scanner.
Once you're through security, keep an eye on the departures board. The platform your train is departing from is often announced as late as 10 minutes before departure. This means you'll want to be ready to head to the platform as soon as it's announced to give yourself enough time to present your tickets and board the train comfortably. If you're getting on the train at the first stop, like we did in Malaga, you may be able to board the train much earlier. Top tip, or more accurately, a very important note. Make sure you board the carriage where your seat is located. We noticed that our train was split into two main sections, meaning that if you boarded at the start of the train, there might be no way for you to get to your seat because there is not always a continuous aisle that runs the entire length of the train. You have been warned. Once you've boarded, stow your bags either above you or in the larger luggage racks at the entrance of each carriage. These large luggage racks fill up fast, which is another reason to get to the platform as soon as the train's announced.
Okay, now when you get on a train in Spain, they don't always let you get on the platform immediately, but as the train's originated in Malaga today and going to Madrid, the train's already here, they let people through and it's a good 15-20 minutes before we set off. Now the interesting thing I mentioned at the start of the video is we travel on the AVE high-speed trains, but we've also noticed on our last two trips there's also the Irio company which run the Frecciarossa. That's interesting for us. Frecciarossa is Italian for Red Arrow. We travelled on the Frecciarossa in Italy last year, so the company are obviously operating trains in Spain as well, so it's worth looking out for those as well. The cabin we're in, this is just a standard class cabin, but it's very nice. We've got a table for 4 of us here, but the seats are very nice. There's a little container for your rubbish there. It's only an hour's train journey today, but it's nice to travel in comfort. It's a very good standard of train considering it's standard class.
Now that you're all settled into your seat, let's talk about some of the main facilities on board. The AVE trains are the most comfortable trains we have ever travelled on. The seats feel spacious and the facilities on board are great. Most seats come with charge points so you can charge your phone on the way to your destination. All AVE trains also have free Wi-Fi on board. If you're looking for food, head to the buffet car, where you can buy a variety of hot and cold food and drinks. We didn't visit the buffet car on this relatively short journey, but we did on a previous trip to Zaragoza, and the sandwiches we had were delicious. If you book one of the higher class seats, you may get food and drinks served at your seat. Announcements on board are generally only in Spanish, so listen out for the city name of your stop, or keep an eye on the digital screens overhead in most carriages. This is also where you can often find stats about your journey, including the train's current speed, which is really fascinating.
One of the best things about travelling by train in Spain, or anywhere for that matter, is the view out the window, the countryside. It's just a nice relaxing way to travel, watching the countryside slip by. We made it to Cordoba, 1 hour and 12 minutes or so from Malaga, and there are two reasons why I really like travelling on a high-speed train in Spain. One, it's really comfortable, very easy way to travel, and you relax and get great views. But secondly, for us from the UK, it's effectively an extension of flying, because you can't fly directly into somewhere like Cordoba. Well, if you fly into Malaga, Madrid or Seville, you get the AVE train from those cities and get here to Cordoba. So it's a really good way to travel. Thanks for watching Rob on Holiday. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to our channel, it really helps us, and we'll see you next time.